Jason Kidd gets a contract extension for the Dallas Mavericks. We break down the breaking news coming up next on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs podcast, powered by Michelob Ultra. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra at 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's a superior smooth taste, worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray alongside our Mavericks analyst Bobby Krell and our national NBA insider Marc Stein. We, of course, are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, coming your favorite team, especially when breaking news, Marc Stein, happens while we're here at the Westgate Superbook in Las Vegas. Jason Kidd gets a contract extension. We will discuss that. The Mavericks taking on the Lakers. They were at practice today at T-Mobile Arena. A busy, newsy show, if you will, on this Tuesday afternoon. Appreciate all of you joining us here on DLLS Sports on this terrific Tuesday, Bobby Carella at the Westgate Superbook in Las Vegas. How are we?
Oh, my God. It's a beautiful day outside. It's like
ridiculously
75 degrees.
Ridiculously beautiful.
Oh, my God. I'm looking forward to our show, as always, but I also can't wait for it to be over so I can just go be outside without sweating for a little bit. That's going to be so nice.
I think I'm going to hang out with you tonight at the blackjack table tonight.
I don't think I'm going to be there tonight.
What? Really? The one night, I'm like, I'm going to go hang out with my guy Carl at the blackjack table. He's like, no, actually, I'm not going to be there.
Well, I decided the Westgate has been good to me and good to us. So yesterday I decided to be good to the Westgate.
Okay, got it. I see what you're saying. I'm gonna pick up what you're putting down right there and just leave it where it is. Stein, how are we feeling on this Tuesday afternoon?
Can you guys make an on-camera vow right now that you will not try to barge into my dinner tonight like you did in July?
Again, we're not going to relitigate this on this show. We're not doing it.
If you can make an on-camera confession as to where you'll be, I'll make sure we're not there.
I wish the viewers could have seen the look of disgust that Tanner just nodded with right there.
Well, because Tanner knows the truth.
He does know the truth. Because he was there.
The alleged truth.
Just like the two of us know the truth.
Yes, because we
were there. And just like National Tim knows the truth. Now, Tim Cato was promoted so that he can no longer spread the truth. Marc Stein ensured that Tim would be out of the equation. Now, Mark, if you could secure rosy futures like that for the three of us, then I won't push back anymore on that claim. But until then, I'm going to go down swinging. I was not stalking Marc Stein. We were there first.
We were there first, and we'll leave it at that. The news, though, is that Jason Kidd has a multi-year contract extension, as reported first by our very own Marc Stein, as the Mavericks get ready to take on the Los Angeles Lakers tomorrow evening at T-Mobile Arena. Jason Kidd has a new contract in hand, Marc Stein. What more can you tell us?
Yes, so right around July 1st or July 2nd, right in that zone, I remember reporting that the Knicks had made their run at Jason Kidd. The Knicks made their run at numerous coaches. I believe that Jason Kidd was atop the list. I think that's really who had the strongest support within various factions in the Knicks organization. The Knicks eventually did ask for permission to speak to Jason Kidd. The Mavericks denied that permission. And so that was in June. July 1, July 2 range, I reported that the expectation at that time was that there would be a contract extension for Jason Kidd before the new season started. Something funny?
No,
keep going. You got it.
You guys are laughing?
We're good. It's a good.
Okay. I'm not in chat, so I don't know what's going on.
It's not chat either. Yeah, Michaelis Tanner is making this crosstalk impossible.
Okay, that's right.
So training camp started. We are a couple weeks into preparations for the new season, but the new season actually begins a week from tomorrow. I misstated that, by the way. Kevin Gray was there. I did the math wrong in our interview with Anthony Davis earlier this afternoon. I said we were 6 days away from opening night. We're actually 8 days away from opening night. I I did the math wrong in the moment.
So AD wasn't offended.
No, he did not call me out on that mathematical mistake. But basically, 8 days before the Mavs play San Antonio on opening night, and Jason Kidd does have that contract extension. So Jason Kidd, Billy Donovan. There were 5 coaches that Quinn Snyder in Atlanta,
Mike Brown, right?
and Chris Finch in Minnesota were also pursued by the Knicks. They do not have extensions yet, but the other Jason Kidd,
Ime Udoka,
and Billy Donovan. 3 of the 5 coaches that the Knicks were reported to have made runs at. 3 of the 5 the Knicks went for 5 coaches, all of whom were not available. All 5 of those coaches were under contract. 3 of those 5 coaches now have contract extensions, and this is the second. It's the second offseason in a row that another team. There were at least overtures from the Lakers that there was some Laker interest in having Jason Kidd be the one to replace Darvin Ham. The Mavericks extended Jason Kidd's contract then, 1 round into the playoffs, 1 round into the run to the NBA Finals, and now it happens again this summer. Interest from the New York Knicks, and Jason Kidd is extended again with a multi-year deal.
So the biggest question that I have for you when it respect to the multi-year extension part of this, multi-year contract with Jason Kidd, Anthony Davis has a 3-year, $175 million contract extension that kicks in at the beginning of this upcoming season. Kyrie Irving signed a 3-year contract, new 3-year contract this summer with the Dallas Mavericks. Nico Harrison has multiple years left on his contract. Does Kidd's contract align with AD, Kyrie, and Nico Harrison in that fashion, given what the timeline that Nico Harrison's created?
I think it's the longest of the group now because the last extension tacked 2 years on to J. Kidd's original deal, which was this is the first of those 2 seasons. So 25, 26, 26, 27. This extension to be multi-year goes at least to 28, 29, and I believe longer. So
okay.
That's my understanding of it. Now, Anthony Davis will be eligible for an extension next offseason. I have to get the exact date. Giannis and AD are both starting 3-year deals this season. Giannis becomes extension eligible on October 1st, 2026. I have to confirm that is the exact date for Anthony Davis. The exact date in 2026 might be different for AD, but AD at some point in 2026 between July 1 and October 1, somewhere in there, he'll also be extension eligible.
And the reason why I ask that is because, again, the timeline that Nico Harrison has said, it's a 3-year window, 4-year window. So having all of them aligned together would make sense from a continuity standpoint with Jason Kidd getting an extension.
Well, Jason Kidd clearly goes beyond it now because he had 2 years left.
Right.
He got he got 2 years tacked on to his original Mavs deal during the finals run.
That's right.
And now today he is the recipient of another multi-year extension. So it takes him beyond the likes of AD and Kyrie.
Bobby, if you're a Mavericks fan, how do you receive this news in your mind?
I mean, I'm sure that there's factions and divided opinions and stuff. Like, for example, I see Paul in the chat says, so multiple more years of him lying at the podium and to press and to the fans. I don't know how many times he's lied at the podium. I think a lot of fan angst over J. Kidd is whenever they feel like he's telling the truth too much. Like I'm just watching like you guys or whatever. You know, I think he can get a little sassy at the podium, but I think that's funny, honestly. But I would hope that fans are excited. I mean, I'm sure that there are people that aren't huge J. Kidd fans. That's the case for any coach. But one thing that you can say, whether you like him or not, about Jason Kidd is that pretty much every player that's ever come here since he's been the coach has had good things to say about him and the program, with a couple of notable exceptions, like, for example, Christian Wood, who is not in the NBA anymore. And I know JaVale wasn't super pumped about that situation. there was someone else that was, or what? No, it was Christian Wood on Media Day. Whenever J Kidd was like, he's coming off the bench, and
that's right.
Wood was like, well, that's news to me. And it's like, no, buddy, it shouldn't be. But yeah, I mean, J Kidd is very forthright with his players.
Players
guys
love
are bought
playing for
in.
him.
I mean, we saw last year there was no reason to keep playing hard, and those guys were playing harder than they did even earlier in the year. Like he clearly gets a lot out of his guys. Some younger players have developed really well here under playing under him. Most notably Jalen Brunson, who's now one of the best players in the NBA. J Kidd has given a lot of guys opportunities, and they've
There's no accident that the New
York.
York Knicks wanted Jason Kidd when Jalen Brunson's their franchise player.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure both Jalen Brunson and Rick Brunson would have been very enamored of the idea that Jason Kidd came in.
I mean, he's a good coach. He's a really, really good coach.
He's objectively, to me, a top 15 head coach in this league. There's 30 of them. I think he's a top 15 head coach in this league.
I just think he's really good. I don't know how you rank coaches, but he's really good. He's a really good coach. Stars like him and role players like him.
Yeah.
And normally in this league, it's one or the other. Or none. It's not always that players 1 through 15 will all like a guy.
And we could easily get the bell out for as often as I've said this, but if you're going to have AD and Kyrie Irving as now you have to say 2 of your 3 most important players because there's a young man named Cooper Flagg here as well, but particularly Kyrie. Like, I'm sure if we ask Kyrie, please tell us the coaches you would want to play for, I would imagine Jason Kidd would be very, 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 very high on his list.
Yeah.
Probably in the top spot. So I shouldn't be speaking for Kyrie, but that would be my presumption. So
top 2 ain't 2.
We know the love that Kyrie has for Jason Kidd. I mean, they share a birthday together. Irving has frequently talked about how much he has idolized Jason Kidd in terms of his career, now having a chance to play for him, having gone to an NBA Finals with him as his head coach. I think players enjoy playing for Jason Kidd, and more importantly, now going forward for the next several years, there'll be continuity here. So the brain trust, if you will, for good, for bad, or for worse, depending on how you feel about it, is all locked in at this point. Jason Kidd, Nico Harrison, and the most important players on this team, they are all locked in going forward. So there really isn't any questions about the futures of these individuals, whether it be Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Jason Kidd, Nico Harrison. They're not going anywhere. So now it's about what kind of product on the floor night in and night out can be produced, along with an 18-year-old phenom that's now on this team, about what they can do together to try to win a championship, to maximize this compressed time window that the general manager has created, and all the pieces they feel like are now in place and secured in order to do that. So that means it's time to go play basketball, go win games, because that's what they're here to do, and to do it at a high level, regardless of the circumstances of how they have arrived here now at this particular point.
And there's a lot of work to do. I mean, this
to
team is going to be really facing a lot of challenges until Kyrie Irving gets back on the floor. And I think we've already seen it in 3 preseason games. How many different lineups Jason Kidd is trying a lot of different combinations because he's trying to find out what he can and can't rely on, because they're going to have to be there's going to be injuries, there's going to be curveballs, there's going to be availability issues. It's inevitable. All that stuff comes up. He's searching and trying to see what range of combinations he will have available to get through. I mean, because again, realistically, we saw Kyrie Irving out there again post-practice today. He's out there with Phil Handy, and every time you see him, you can't help but say, man, he looks so good for being 6 months removed from ACL surgery. But the Mavericks have to be cautious with him. He's 33, and again, it's not just when Kyrie comes back, how long it takes him to get back to the level he was when he got hurt, when he was playing.
And how they managed that, too,
playing
along the way
lights
back.
out when that horrible injury was suffered against Sacramento. So, I think we're going to see, Jason Kidd has to do a lot of coaching to get this team through the first 40, 50 games. There's no question.
Well, if there's any evidence that he can do the job, we saw, to Bobby's point earlier, how hard and how well the Mavericks were able to play despite the lack of bodies that were available and the amount of individuals that contributed to even them getting into the play-in, let alone getting themselves in position to even be there at that particular point. So players play hard for Jason Kidd, and they'll have a chance to do so for more years to come, as our very own Marc Stein reports that Jason Kidd has a brand-new contract extension with the Dallas Mavericks. He's got work to do starting tomorrow, more work starting to do tomorrow as they take on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Mavericks were back on the practice floor today, but some interesting things that Jason Kidd said last night that we got to get into, including one for Bobby's GOAT, Ryan Nembhard, that could have implications for tomorrow's game and the regular season. All that and more coming up next on the DLLS Mavs podcast. But first, I want to talk to you about when you feel good, you look good. And when you look good, you want to show it off. And Branded Bills can help you do that. Whether you need snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees, Branded Bills has you covered with performance and style. If you're looking for some gear and brand to stand apart from the crowd, Branded Bills has you covered. In fact, we got that Branded Bills All-City DLLS mashup hat right now available for you. And if you want to get that, you can definitely check that out. Branded Bills has you covered with the best custom headwear. Start your order, and their dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel that you need and love. In fact, they've got a partnership with 40-plus colleges as part of their campus collection, including TCU, Texas Tech, and Texas coming off a big win against OU in the Red River rivalry. So make sure you head to brandedbills.com and use code BBDLLS for 15% off your first order. Again, that's brandedbills.com. Use code BBDLLS for 15% off your first order with Branded Bills today.
The delicious taste of victory last night deserved something equally superior, and I enjoyed a Michelob Ultra on the show. I enjoy Michelob Ultras all the time, and they are all up in our studio too.
They are.
We are loving Michelob Ultra here at DLLS Sports. It's just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, and so it is a superior and smooth taste worth playing for. It's not going to bloat you. You're not going to feel heavy about it the next morning or the next day or whatever. I'm loading up on my electrolyte drink and my caffeine so that I can enjoy plenty of Michelob Ultras with my dinner.
I don't want to get you in trouble, but you might have had more than one.
All right, well, that's between us.
That's
all right?
fine.
But no matter what,
I drank responsibly.
I can do it responsibly.
That's right.
And again, it's not going to fill me up. It's not going to bloat me. It's not going to make me feel awful the next day. It's just a really nice, smooth taste. It's the official beer sponsor of the NBA. It's also the official beer sponsor of our podcast. A superior taste worth playing for, official beer sponsor of the NBA.
We are live here at Westgate Superbook here in Las Vegas, your home for legendary Vegas fun, the world's largest race and sports book. We are sitting in right here in Las Vegas. Shout out to Westgate Las Vegas, the official hotel of the DLLS Mavs podcast. Our guy, Ron Hara Jr., going to be joining us in our next segment. Back from DFW as the Mavericks and Lakers get ready for their game tomorrow. The Lakers are in preseason action tonight, as they will take on the Phoenix Suns. Luka Doncic is expected to play in that game. If he plays tomorrow, who the hell knows at this particular point? But the Lakers and Mavericks will get it on tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. local time here in Las Vegas, 9:30 for our family back in DFW. But some things that Jason Kidd had to say last night piqued our interest as the Mavericks got a win on the road against the Utah Jazz. Anthony Davis had 25 points in 25 minutes of play. But, Tanner, we'll start with this. It was what Jason Kidd had to say about Ryan Nembhard's impact last night, where he had 12 assists in the 26 minutes that he played, a 12-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. That'll play a little bit. And what Ryan Nembhard could see in terms of more action, not just in this preseason, but maybe going forward. Take a listen.
They were good. We got minutes with Ryan with that first group. And so I think he took full advantage of the opportunity tonight, being able to make plays for his teammates. I thought he set the table well, and so we'll go back and look at tape with him and see if he can continue to grow. And we'll get him more minutes with that first group or in that rotation of the top 8 or 9.
So potentially more minutes with the top rotation of 8 or 9 guys for Ryan Nembhard coming off a terrific performance. I know a lot of folks were very impressed with what Ryan Nembhard was able to do, running the offense, getting guys in position, but most importantly, was very good with the basketball, protected the basketball, but dished it and shared it very effectively, including a nice pass in transition to Cooper Flagg for one of the highlights of last night with the dunk that he had in transition there. But Ryan Nembhard making an impression on the head coach, Jason Kidd.
Ryan Nembhard, he didn't impress me last night. He made me feel validated, all right? Because that's what he does, man. He's just, again, a professional point guard. He can see the floor, reads the floor, knows the game, trusts his pass, can make decisions, both simple one and kind of complex ones. And I think playing on a team that has wings and bigs that can do some stuff with the ball, that sort of deferential pass-first mentality, I think, is a really good mix, a really good blend. In the first game against OKC, D'Lo kind of played that way. You know, spent a lot of time off the ball, and I thought it keeps things moving. In the second game, you know, he spent a little more time on the ball, and other things were going on too. It wasn't just a D'Lo thing or whatever. But if as the point guard or as the lead guard or lead playmaker or whatever in this offense, if you can just grease the wheels and make sure things are moving, you know, then you're going to be fine. And I think of the guys on this team, Nembhard is one of the better ones at doing that. I think D'Lo can do that. I think Dante Exum can also do that. Brandon Williams, by comparison, is much better at looking for a shot, getting to his spots, breaking the defense down, getting in the lane, making things happen. I think Brandon Williams would be a really intriguing guard to play next to AD if AD is playing at the 5 because you have a lot more space. He can attack and make things happen in all that with all that extra room. But if you're going to roll out 2 bigs or if you're just going to play through other guys, then I think Nembhard is a really intriguing option. And I think last night was a really good example of that.
This has quickly become one of my favorite stories with this team. I mean, Ryan Nembhard sat at this table with us in July. I think we've all been very into his story since then, the way he played in Summer League. But, like, he looked so comfortable out there last night. The Mavericks flew into Vegas late last night, practice today. Kevin and I both went to the practice, and I asked Jason Kidd, you know, when this thing starts for real next week, how comfortable are you putting Ryan Nembhard in the game? And he clearly left us with the impression that they are not worried about that one iota. And, like, he's currently on a 2-way. That means he can only play 50 games unless he's moved on to a standard contract. And, like, I'm already wondering how significant of a role can Ryan Nembhard carve out for himself? Because now, some plus points, Jason Kidd said, both Caleb Martin and Brandon Williams practiced today. So B. Will and Dante Exum were supposed to get the first cracks at point guard minutes, but neither has been available to this point in training camp. So Ryan Nembhard has gotten a larger opportunity than expected, seized upon it beautifully, 12 assists last night. And, you know, I can't wait to see him in the game against the Lakers, see what kind of lineups he's out there playing with. And again, like, his contractual situation, I've got my eye on it because he already looks like he should have been drafted. Like, him not being drafted and the Mavs being able to sign him, like,
it's a steal.
Yeah, I mean that right. I mean, again,
I cannot believe he didn't get drafted. I genuinely cannot believe it.
A point guard who led the NCAA in assists in his final year at Gonzaga.
Like, if things continue on the trajectory that they are, to win the lottery when you had the most wretched lottery history of pretty much any team in the league, to win the lottery to get Cooper Flagg, and then to win another mini lottery that Nembhard goes undrafted, and you could, because again, you know, just because he goes undrafted doesn't mean you still gotta be the team that wins. You know, you see that as soon as the draft is over, as soon as number 60 goes off the board, you just see all these guys signing 2-ways and camp deals. Like, there's still a lot of competition to get that signature.
Our guy Carella was all over. He wanted Ryan Nembhard on this team. I remember when we were doing draft night, he was like, look, Ryan Nembhard needs to be a Maverick by the time we get to training camp.
A lot of fans felt that way too, man.
Yeah,
a lot of fans
agreed.
did.
Yep.
And, you know, for as much grief, in my opinion, deservedly so, but, you know, for as much grief as we have given the front office over the last, 6-8 months, that was just a freaking coup by them.
They got that one right.
Great deal by those guys, by Nico and the draft team. You know, if Nembhard goes on to have a good NBA career, whether it's with the Mavs or with someone else, and then obviously if Coop becomes the player that we think he can, that draft might become the second best draft in Mavs history, or the third best draft, because I guess they did get Mark Aguirre and Ro Blackman on the same night. That's a pretty good draft.
It's not bad.
2018 is maybe the best draft of all time by any team. So, you know, it's a long way to go to get to number 1, but they could definitely push for it.
Well, Ryan Nembhard making an impression, of course, the brother of NBA Finals guard Andrew Nembhard of the Indiana Pacers. Speaking of point guards, we saw a point flag last night in Utah as Cooper Flagg, the number 1 overall pick for your Dallas Mavericks, got the start at PG last night, playing 21 minutes. Didn't shoot the ball great, going just 3 of 13 from the field, but at the same time had 11 points, had a couple of steals, and had 1 assist, but did not turn the ball over. That's one thing Cooper Flagg does not do. He does not really turn the ball over when it comes to...
A lot of those in the Charlotte game, but
yes,
hopefully that's the exception.
Yes, exactly, when it comes to that. But so far, for the most part, has protected the ball fairly well. He, along with Anthony Davis, P.J. Washington, Derek Lively II, and Klay Thompson, got the start last night. Jason, could we see more of that starting 5 when you get ready to play the Los Angeles Lakers tomorrow night? Here's what Jason Kidd had to say post-game last night about the potential of that starting 5 once again.
Your takeaway from the starting lineup and putting Cooper in there at point with DLLS?
Yeah, it was really good. Just being able to have options, starting PJ, and being able. I thought that group got off to a really good start defensively. I thought we set the tone early, and again offensively we got some great looks. So I thought that group was really good. We'll probably see that group start on Thursday.
The ability to have options, Jason Kidd discussing with respect to that starting 5 last night. What stood out most for you based off of that group? The headline was obviously Cooper Flagg playing at point guard, but there was a lot of size on that floor, especially if you look at it from a defensive standpoint for Dallas last night.
Take that one, please, Bobby.
Okay. Sourcing text?
Yeah, sorry.
Sourcing text from Stein Alert.
Yeah, I talked about it in the postgame show last night. I mean, I was, I expressed some concern about their point of attack defense on the pregame show. Mm-hmm. Concern about point of attack, quickness, team speed, and then also who's guarding Lowry. And Ace Bailey and Yusuf Nurkic were like, y'all don't have to worry about defense. Like, we're just going to throw up some garbage all first quarter. It's going to be fine. But, yeah, I mean, they had in the first quarter, I forget the stat, I think the Jazz were 3 for 9 on field goal attempts in the paint, and the Mavs, I believe, had 4 blocks, maybe 5. I don't remember the number in the first quarter. One of those was PJ blocking Lowry on a 3, which is just crazy.
Yeah, that was a great block by PJ, yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, then on the postgame, Stein made the really good point. They haven't really played like a serious team yet.
True.
Charlotte was fine, but the Mavs weren't really bringing their A game. And then Utah last night, it didn't really look like the Jazz cared that much. And then against OKC, it was just a bunch of dudes. So
is it wild that Charlotte was the closest resemblance of an NBA team that the Mavs have played so far?
Yeah, and they won, 20 games last year?
That's right.
And so it's like, and that's not to take anything away.
They were a good test because stylistically they play a game that Mavs struggle with. So at least there was some use there.
Yeah.
I mean, because that start was awful and just, again, they play so fast and so free and loose, and that was actually good for the Mavs to play because they generally don't deal with that kind of speed super well. But yeah, I mean, it's just, and that's saying tomorrow. I don't know what kind of team the Lakers are going to have out there. Obviously, no LeBron. Instinct again. Maybe we'll get later tonight before the Lakers play Phoenix. Will JJ Redick say something definitive either pregame or postgame about Luka's status for tomorrow? I'm not sure, but you're bracing for the idea that Luka's not going to play. No Marcus Smart, I believe, either. Not sure about Moxie. Hopefully Maxi Kleba can get out there, but it's like, and that's it. And the preseason's over. And you got a week now to get ready for San Antonio.
Yeah, so we'll see. So I don't think that we could say, like, yes, they could start that 5-some in an NBA game right now and win, or they could never, ever play that lineup again. It was disgusting. Like, it was just... It was an experiment.
It was an experiment. That's what it was. An opportunity to do some tinkering with lineups and rotations in preseason, which Jason Kidd loves to do, not only in the preseason, but sometimes during the regular season. Remember that one time where he played 15 dudes in a game?
Yep. Home opener of his
You
want to know
season. Some breaking news from practice today?
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't even try to sidle the coach. You know what sidling is?
Yeah. A little one-on-one.
Because
unofficial one-on-one.
Kevin Gray sidled the coach.
Oh, yeah?
My own teammate out-sidled me.
Damn.
And that's K. Gray just out-sidled
You're
me.
now the number one reporter on the Mavs
He
in Mavs
out-sidled
land.
me.
Sorry, Tim. No, I'm just joking.
Tim isn't even top 3 because it's y'all 2 and Ron.
That's a good point.
I sided Michael Finley and Devin Harris, the Wisconsin alums, never far apart from each other when they're both on the road. But K. Gray beat me. He won the race to
Go
corner,
KG.
to corner Coach Kidd.
I mean, I'm learning from the best. I'm learning from the very best in the business. So, it helps to have a good mentor. But we got more to go here on our DLLS Mavs podcast. When we come back, speaking of beat writers, our very own Dallas DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harris Jr. going to be joining us back from DFW to not only discuss last night's game, but preview tomorrow night's Mavericks-Lakers tilt and his observations from what he saw from Cooper Flagg at PG last night. All that and more coming up next on the DLLS Mavs podcast.
But first,
I want to tell you about where we are here in Las Vegas. And we are here at the beautiful Westgate Superbook in gorgeous Las Vegas, the home for your legendary Vegas fun. The Superbook here at Westgate is absolutely gorgeous. In fact, state-of-the-art LED displays with 4K resolution, 63.2 million pixels for all of Bobby's sports watching glory of over 4,200 square feet here inside Westgate. In fact, it was recently voted best sports book in Las Vegas. It's a must-see destination if you're a sports fan, no matter if it's football, basketball, baseball. You got the postseason happening right now. It's a lot to take in, especially, in fact, for my guy Stein, you got European qualifiers going on. England was giving Latvia the business earlier today. So make sure that you visit westgateresorts.com for the must-see destination for sports fans visiting Las Vegas. Again, check out westgateresorts.com, the official hotel of the DLLS Mavs podcast.
Become a diehard.
That's right.
Okay. Yep. Become a diehard. Can you scan the QR code yet, Tanner? You can almost scan the QR code, or you can just log on to alldlls.com. Sign up to become a diehard. What you get when you do? Well, first off, you get the satisfaction of knowing that you're supporting what we do here at DLLS Sports, but also you get a free shirt of your choice. We got 50 plus to choose from. I believe we got more than 50 now.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
It used to be almost 40, then it was more than 40. Now it's more than 50.
And that's Page One Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, we got a lot of shirts,
That's
folks.
right.
And you get a free one right when you sign up. You also get a discount on any other merch you could want. Save 20%. 20% off live events. You get to join the DLS Diehard Discord. It's a great place to hang out. You get to read the entire website, all that premium written content coming to you every single day from beat writers covering all the pro teams in town. And you get your physical diehard card last but not least. So thank you for supporting us.
Appreciate all of you hanging out with us here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports. Join the over 33,300 subscribers here and our DLLS Sports family. Make sure you download and subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcast for free. Give it a 5-star rating and write a review for it while you're there. I've got over 150 folks watching this live. I need 150 likes by the time we get to the end of this show today, if you don't mind. Coming up here in just a moment, we will have our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harris Jr., joining us from DFW as we get ready for Mavericks-Lakers tomorrow. In fact, joining us right now, you can find him on X because he knows sports. Ron knows sports. He is Ron Harris Jr. Ron, can you hear us? Can you see us?
Yes. Can you all hear me?
We can. We got you loud and clear.
We can't see you, those, but please don't make fun of us or do anything like that.
Wait, Tanner, so Ron is is he using the functionality that I always do when when I can't be seen? Same thing?
Yes, we can see
Are
you.
you using that?
I see it now.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Cool. But yeah. I hope Vegas is treating you all well. It's still hiding DFW, so I'm still here.
What's the temperature today in DFW?
Over 80. You know how it is.
Okay. All right. Shout out to over 80 degrees in mid-October. It was hot in Utah last night because the Mavericks got themselves a win. Cooper Flagg, the debut of PG Cooper Flagg last night. You wrote a piece discussing your observations of Cooper Flagg at point guard. What more can you tell us of how you felt about the number 1 overall pick making his debut at the point guard position?
Yeah, so we got to see point flag. I see some Mavs fans are calling it. To me, Cooper Flagg, I think, had a pretty good debut. I understand that he didn't shoot well from the field, and he didn't have that many assists. Overall, I thought he proved to be pretty aggressive. I mean, on DHO situations, he took jump shots. He took 3-point shots, and even though the shots weren't falling, just staying aggressive and staying confident shows that Coach Jason Kidd is putting a lot of confidence in the number 1 pick. And I heard you all earlier talking about.
Whoa! Oh, okay.
Well, that was
Is that
whatever
many?
that was just
That was cosmic.
Yeah, it was. That was amazing.
Oh, that was
it
a
just
s-
went like whoa, 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 whoa.
Exactly.
that was a sound effect. That was in first in show history, right?
It was like a sonic boom or something happening in the middle of our ears. But we still got you, though. We still got you.
Am I going?
Yeah, so basically, Ron, to describe it to you, you sound fine to us.
That's right.
But I think what's happening is you sound fine, and then it is refeeding his audio or something. So Chad is saying that it's a pretty rough echo. Oh, and also GM Ben is on the scene too.
Okay.
What should we do?
We will get Ron back at some point.
Yes.
We will have
We
to.
need to do further testing on this.
Yes, we'll have to do some further testing.
I'm sorry, Ron.
Ron, you are great for all of 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Like, you were absolutely incredible, my guy.
But why doesn't it? I use this every game. Like, why wouldn't it?
I don't know. I think it's a
Maybe
headset thing.
Not disconnect and try again.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do some testing. Oh, boy.
Ron, we love you. We appreciate your
Well,
work.
it's almost like you got a day off.
Yeah, exactly. You got like 3/4 of a day off. So congratulations. Great piece, and we'll talk to you on the other side, okay?
Ron, we want Ron.
Yeah, we do want more Ron.
That was wild.
That was wild.
That was funny.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'll have to work it out.
Onion 7747 says echo is terrible.
Did you just read the entire thing? Onion 7747? Yeah, you did.
Why is that funny?
Because the fact you read the entire handle is quite funny.
What you think? Has everyone memorized everyone's handles?
Yeah. Oh, that's his dad's handle? Okay, well, there it is. There you go. But we'll see Ron tomorrow. We'll have more from Ron. Make sure you go to X at Ron Knows Sports.
I can't wait to go back and listen to that moment.
Yes.
Because whatever y'all said whatever you heard, I promise was not as weird as what we
heard in our ears, for sure. For sure.
Do we sound okay though? Is there an echo or was it just Ron?
I think we're good.
All right.
We're good here.
Clearly, whatever we're monitoring is not. Oh boy.
That was fun, though. That's the joys of live television, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you just got a window into how live television is made, and sometimes
I'm trying to think of what happened.
it happens. It happens. But we continue here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Again, follow Ron on X at Ron Knows Sports. Got a terrific piece detailing the observations that he had from Cooper Flagg in his debut at point guard last night.
I think I know what it was.
Are you doing live troubleshooting in the middle of the
Aliens?
Yes, I think it was aliens. If I had to guess, I think it is the laptop is playing it, but then it's going through the roadcaster, and the roadcaster is sending that info back to the laptop. So I don't know if there's a way to mute.
Do not
I don't know if
besmirch the
laptop is a
roadcaster.
source or.
Well,
I
guess
don't
what?
know.
You can clip that for your troubleshooting audio issues that you have. Bobby just gave you some, just in case.
We got to figure out how to get Ron on because he was supposed to be on the pregame show. Just me and him tomorrow.
Again, more show planning in the middle of our show
Well,
right
what
now.
else are we going to talk about? There's nothing to say.
There's plenty to say.
No, I don't think there's anything to talk about.
You don't have anything
There's
else?
Nothing to talk
There's
about.
nothing else to talk about?
I don't know how we're going to do a show.
Well, we're going to figure it out right now because we have another, 22 minutes left to do a show. So we're going to have to figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. Coming up in our last segment.
Fast Channel
Boy,
38 alert.
we can't take a break.
I'm not taking a
38
break.
alert.
I'm just
Okay.
letting people know what to expect, hopefully, later on in the show, which is a preview of tomorrow's game between the Mavericks and the Lakers and what Anthony Davis had to say about Cooper Flagg. In fact, you know what, Tanner? Let's do that audio. Anthony Davis, if we can't get Ron to talk about it, Anthony Davis could talk about it. Anthony Davis today discussing how he felt about Cooper Flagg making his debut at point guard. Here is what Anthony Davis had to say about PG Flagg.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really well, man. He's been making some great plays on both ends of the floor. Obviously he can handle the basketball, and with D'Lo out, we wanted to let him run from point, knowing that he can handle the basketball, and he did a great job. He made some great reads. There's some things he can get better at. We talked about in film, just making some right reads, but that's for everybody. But man, he's definitely been a standout on our team for sure.
KG's recording of that clip really if you want to feel what it was like to be in that gym, you got the music in the background. That that was a Mavs post-practice experience right there.
No, it was. The music was loud. The players were.
But AD was very loud and clear.
He was very loud and clear.
We understood every word he said, and you still got the vibe of what it's like to.
Yeah, as Bobby listens to.
Bobby is doing so many things.
He's doing so many things.
He's got so many sourcing calls going on. Right
I think the echo might have come back during that clip too. Apparently, but let me see.
Well, we'll figure that out as the rest of it goes on. But yeah, you got the vibe from practice a little bit there. You'll have more from that when Jason Kidd and what he had to say about the starters and what could be happening for them tomorrow when they play against the Los Angeles Lakers. But I think, and Mark, you gave the grade last night. A B for Cooper Flagg making his PG debut for the Dallas Mavericks. We'll see some more of that at times throughout the regular season. But all in all, not a bad start for him. We saw how he handled the ball in Summer League. We saw how he was able to handle pressure against the Oklahoma City Thunder. We saw Casey Moss pick him up full court, handled that with no problem. We're going to see more of this, not necessarily in that formal role as quote-unquote point guard, but him definitely being on the ball and having some of those responsibilities.
Maybe this was just my imagination, but I'm pretty sure when we spoke to Jason Kidd after practice today, I thought, in my memory, he said something to the effect of he really liked how the defense looked with that starting lineup, which that was one of my takeaways last night was that, yes, Cooper Flagg started at the 1, but that starting 5 was constructed. It was put together with defense in mind.
Sure.
And I think that's really what they were looking for. They know that Cooper Flagg is going to need more time to really learn how to run a team in the NBA. It would be a lot to ask for an 18-year-old who didn't play point guard in college to just come in here and run an NBA team. But, he did, I think he did fine. He seized the opportunity and, overall the night went well. And like I said, I truly felt this way last night, and I think we were kind of all in agreement on this. Like, the second half starting lineup just was such an unexpected thing that I was naturally drawn to that more. And I'm really curious to see how much we're going to see it tomorrow night.
That means Ryan Nembhard could see more action, as we discussed.
AD at the 5.
AD at the 5.
Your beloved P.J. Washington starting.
There's that as well. I asked Jason Kidd about the idea of AD playing the 4 versus the 5. He gave me a very interesting answer. You'll have to see that on social media here in a little bit because wasn't able to get it all the way ready for the show. But gave me a really interesting answer when it came to Anthony Davis.
It was a tight turnaround from practice to get ready for the show, but
That's
I'm really
right.
glad we moved it. Yet again, I think the old man's lobbying to move the showtime was. I think 2 days.
Was it lobbying or is it you demanding? We're doing this damn
I think 2
show
days in a row.
at 3:30 p.m.
I think 2 days
today.
in a row, the old man had a decent call on that.
You did.
On
You did.
tip-off time.
I wish that I would have.
I usually lose all these face-offs when we're in the 2-1-4, but in the 7-0-2.
Well, when you're facing off of HOC over here, like you're going to lose most of those.
In the 7-0-2, I've had some better luck on changing showtimes.
In fact, that's what I'm going to start referring to you as, just HOC.
Please don't. Please don't. Why? Because I don't. Please don't. I just wish that we would have made that decision last night instead of like 15 minutes after I got out of bed and I had already had a coffee and I couldn't go back to sleep.
After he literally told us, like, don't talk to me before 9 a.m. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say that last night. I said that the night before.
I'm just saying, like, your MO was like, hey, if you don't want us to talk to you, let us know. Like, hey, don't talk to me before a certain time.
Well, usually I say it like, I don't know you until like 10 a.m.
That's right.
I say it a little meaner.
Lose my number before 9 a.m.
I do not exist
That's right.
to any of you people until 4 p.m.
That's right.
That's what Stein says to us.
That is what he says, especially when he gets sourcing calls.
And even at 4, he's like, I don't know, 4 a.m. maybe.
Stein,
feasible. Very feasible.
Sometimes Stein is up that late at night, efforting to get news like he broke
The thing
today.
is, though, whenever I'm awake, you're up too. Because all of a sudden,
hold on. Don't do that.
He's always
I start
up.
seeing on my phone, oh, Kevin Gray just tweeted about college football. Oh, Kevin Gray just had some wrestling news. He had a wrestling take he had to go.
Dude.
No matter what time I'm efforting, this dude is commenting on
Can you
every
believe
sport,
the decision that the
every
Padres
sport
AA affiliate
in
made with
the
their backup
world.
catcher?
In the world.
First of all,
WNBA frequent
I
commenting.
don't like the fact that you put my business on Front Street Street because
dude, you're tweeting.
It's your public Twitter account. Hold on. I have a very valid excuse. Okay, WWE Raw is in Perth, Australia. So the show started at 7 a.m. So I'm up tweeting about the show because it's that early in the morning.
I have no idea where you live. I haven't doxed anything.
I'm just saying.
I just know you from your tweets.
I'm just saying.
The man is a very active sports commenter.
Yeah, on all things, whether it's professional wrestling, college basketball, football, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, it is what it is. Follow Ron. Ron knows sports. Follow him. He knows sports.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to try and do is do some experimentation to figure out why that happened.
That's right.
And then be able to have Ron on.
Yeah, we need to figure that out by tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to have Ron on with us tomorrow, whether it's pregame, postgame, both. We will have that figured out. Tomorrow's our last show from Vegas, then we go back to Dallas on Thursday. No show on Thursday, but we'll be live on Friday.
I love Ron. He quote tweeted our show tweet. He said, "quote My first live show lag out. #fire."
It wasn't. I wish it was a lag out.
Shout out to our guy.
GM Ben super chat.
GM Ben super chat alert. GM Ben super chat alert. $2 before we take our break here. 3 a.m. bus tickets bought if Luka sits. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. We appreciate your $2 though. Thank you so much. Let's take our final break here on our show. Speaking of Luka Doncic, will he play
GM Ben? Just delete him.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of Luka Doncic, the Mavericks take on the Lakers tomorrow. Will he play? Plus, what the plan is for the starters for your Dallas Mavericks when they take on Los Angeles. All that and more coming up next.
But first,
we want you to become part of our DLLS Sports family. The easiest way that you can do that is become a diehard member here at DLLS Sports. Go to alldlls.com, click the diehard tab, and right now you can become a diehard member and you get your physical diehard card made of titanium, vibranium, and gold. It's very heavy, but it gets you access to our member-only Discord, premium content on our website from all of our terrific beat writers, including, speaking of juniors, Clarence E. Hill Jr. covering your Dallas Cowboys, Alex Uwat, who does a fire newsletter that debuts in your inbox every single day around 8:30, 8:45 in the morning, back at home for our folks in DFW or wherever you are around the world. If you're a diehard member, you get access to all of that stuff. Not only our premium content, 20% off events, member-only Discord, physical diehard card. You get a free T-shirt, merch. You get free merch when you become a diehard member as well. There's so many tremendous bennies, as my guy Bobby would say, when you become a diehard member.
HOC.
Please don't.
I mean, it kind of has a nice little ring to it because, you know, the tribal chief Roman.
It is easier to pronounce than Corellustrator, let's be honest.
But the Corellustrator is a dope nickname.
Corellustrator is awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you loved it.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome. You're so welcome.
Glad I thought of it.
And not Marc Stein.
Exactly.
See, that's why you can't call me the HOC because I just completely get everything wrong in meetings all the time.
It's a play on one of my favorite wrestlers, Roman Reigns. He's the original tribal chief, which is the OTC. So you being the HOC of DLLS Sports is kind of an ode to like what you do on a daily basis because you and Katya are like our tribal chiefs. Like,
well, we're trying. We try every day. We all do, and that's why we appreciate all of your support at DLLS Sports. Diehards, YouTube subs, supporters club, everybody.
Like Ben's high chief, you and Katya are like tribal chiefs. In the in the wrestling,
I think I'm not gonna lie, man. I think during that Echo segment, we were all high chief.
I would agree with that. That's a good way to put it. Let's finish up on our show today. Thank you so much for joining us here on DLLS Sports. Again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe while you're here. Mavericks take on the Los Angeles Lakers, 7:30 p.m. local time here in Vegas, which means that's a 9:30 start time, boys and girls, back at home in DFW. And if you have to, unfortunately, live on the East Coast, that game starts for you at 10:30 p.m. on a Wednesday night. Whoever thought of that, not great idea. But it's okay because we're in Vegas, so it won't matter as much. But the Mavericks have a chance to get a win in their preseason finale as they're already 2-1 after their win last night against the Utah Jazz. The Lakers are actually in action tonight, taking on the Phoenix Suns, which means, Marc Stein, the Lakers will be coming to Las Vegas to play the Mavericks on the second night of a back-to-back. Who ever thought of back-to-backs in the preseason in the NBA? What the hell was you doing on that random Tuesday afternoon when you thought that was a good idea?
What's the teams that do it?
teams.
Why did the Thunder play in South Carolina the night before playing the Mavericks in Fort Worth?
Like, it's utterly insane.
I don't know.
That we have back-to-backs in the NBA preseason. But nonetheless, that's where we are, and that's why we're here in Las Vegas. Jason Kidd and the Mavericks were practicing today at T-Mobile Arena, the site of tomorrow night's basketball game between Dallas and Los Angeles. And here's what Jason Kidd had to say, Tanner, about the idea of how long Anthony Davis and the starters could play and see action tomorrow night against Los Angeles. Here's what Jason Kidd had to say.
Everybody's minutes will go up tomorrow, going into this being our last preseason game. And so we'll try to get those guys minutes. Things were going well for AD. We're looking to maybe get them in the fourth. Tomorrow we'll probably get everyone trending towards that fourth quarter.
So if all things go well, gentlemen, we could see Anthony Davis into the fourth quarter, the starters into the fourth quarter as well, as the Mavericks, as we know, are playing their final preseason game, and they play the Lakers tomorrow. So interesting there that Anthony Davis could be into the fourth quarter after playing 25 minutes on Monday against Utah.
AD also said he feels like at this point he's used to the goggles. He feels like he's made that adjustment. Look, I guess the preseason schedule always ends on the Friday before the regular season, so it's really only a 2-day difference. But again, I don't love having a whole week off before a real game. I haven't loved the level of competition. I mean, ultimately, I guess it's not that big a deal. I mean, like I said, I poked fun at myself yesterday because the whole 2023-24 preseason, I was sounding the alarm bells that this Abu Dhabi Madrid trip is too long, too far. It's going to wreck this team, and they went to the finals. So maybe my fretting is all wasted hot air, but I just don't love the build-up cadence to opening night.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is it San Antonio? This was your stat. San Antonio is the most frequent opening night opponent for the Mavs. This is the 8th or 9th?
7 or 8 time?
It's a lot.
Let me see. I could maybe. I'm
so glad Dylan Harper's playing though. Like, I love that's an opening night thing. I think that would have been sad for had Dylan Harper not been ready to go.
Well, I mean, just the idea of the Spurs and the Mavericks playing on opening night, that should be opening night every night for the Dallas Mavericks, especially now that you mentioned Dylan Harper. I mean, we're going to get a decade of Victor Wembanyama versus Cooper Flagg with the Mavericks and the Spurs.
D-Live has loved that matchup so far.
That's right. So I like the idea of the Spurs and Mavericks matching up every single opening night. And that'll be a part of a doubleheader with that game tipping off at 8:30 p.m. In DFW at the AAC. Remember, the Mavericks opened up with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 straight home games to start.
By the way, we dispelled any notion of anything being wrong with D-Live, correct? We saw D-Live with our own eyes happily skip off the practice court today, and you were told, you asked Jason Kidd, and Jason Kidd said yes. His short shift last night in Salt Lake City was planned. And
yes, the script for Derek Lively, the second, was for him to play 8 minutes last night. So there was nothing wrong with Derek Lively. That was always the plan going in, to play with that starting group to get a short amount of minutes. But he's fine, came out clean from the game, and that's why he only played the 8 minutes that he did. But that was the plan all along. So hopefully the fear and concern alleviated from Jason Kidd with that statement with respect to Derek Lively.
I would say if they're actually going to play starters, even if it's just a starter, but if they're going to play guys like upwards of 30 minutes, based on what some other teams are doing, or in some like a lot of other teams are doing, the Mavs are actually ramping up pretty seriously, like relative to the rest of the league.
This
so
is about
if the Lakers aren't even playing anyone, you know, and like half of the Jazz were out. OKC, none of those guys played. Like it really feels like. I mean, I guess the Hornets played a lot of their guys.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them, but a lot of them played. So I mean, if one dress rehearsal, maybe that's taking preseason seriously.
And that's what it feels like it's going to be, is about as close to a full dress rehearsal as we're going to get from the Mavericks tomorrow night with the starters going into the fourth quarter.
I do agree, though, that taking a week off, like your conditioning and your rhythm are just not really going to be there, I think, on opening night. Like it wouldn't surprise me if the Mavs open like in that game, whatever. Now they're going to come out and shoot 72% or something. But like if they shoot like 31% in the first quarter, and everyone's like, "What is happening?" But you're going to be a little rusty. It's been a week.
I mean, we saw that Kid said earlier that starting five that we saw against Utah is going to be most likely the starting five that you see tomorrow night with Cooper Flagg, Klay Thompson, P.J. Washington, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively II starting tomorrow night against Los Angeles. So we'll get more point flag, if you will. Anthony Davis being at the 4 and Derek Lively there at the 5. So hopefully they could shoot it a little bit better because they did not shoot the ball well from 3 at all against the Utah Jazz on Monday. So hopefully better shooting efforts will be on the menu for Dallas against the Los Angeles Lakers. As I mentioned, Lakers playing tonight against Phoenix. Luka Doncic will make his preseason debut for Tinseltown tonight. The question will be, will he be playing tomorrow? We will find that out in terms of not only how many minutes he plays tonight against Phoenix, but what that could mean if he does play at all tomorrow against the Lakers, who, again, coming into Las Vegas on the second night of a back-to-back. Shout out to our guy, Shaheed Malik, in the chat with the $2 super chat. Right-hand man Bobby Corella is a nickname that he is bestowing upon you. Right-hand man. That's another ode to
GM Ben?
Well, I guess so, yeah, but also, so Jey Uso, another wrestling reference. Jey Uso used to be the right-hand man to Roman Reigns, and his nickname was he was the right-hand man to.
And you think we're supposed to know any of this?
Well, that's why I'm explaining it to you, so you have some form of reference on what he's talking about.
Did they frequently do duo fights?
Yeah, they used to kick everybody's ass in the WWE.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. The Bloodline, as they referred to, as what they were referred to, it was Roman Reigns, main event Jey Uso, his brother Jimmy. Then they brought some more of their family members, and they just terrorized the WWE for about a good 3-4 years.
Okay, more on that. My dad's name is Jim.
Okay.
And kind of goes by Jimmy. A lot of people call him Jimmy. My grandpa's name was also Jim.
So what happened to you?
My middle name is James.
Oh, so we got Big Jim next to us now. Bobby Corella. Bobby Big Jim
No.
Corella. No?
Because people call my dad Big Jim.
Oh, were they really actually calling him Big Jim?
People really called my grandpa Big Jim.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, they called him a couple other things, too.
There you go. So, yeah, we'll see that starting lineup tomorrow, most likely for the Dallas Mavericks. Interesting to see. But, look, we're in Las Vegas.
I appreciate that, though, Shahid.
Yeah, shout out to
Is
the
that a
$2.
compliment?
It is a compliment.
Okay.
It is a compliment.
All right.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't, then I hate you. Just
No. No, we appreciate the $2. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate that. We appreciate that.
I always appreciate the $2, and I appreciate the nickname.
That's right. There you go.
Okay.
Shout out to Arcane214-32. Understand the greatness of that nickname. That's all right. We love it. We got some cool
Can
names.
those $2 be applied to the $11.99 fee I was charged to withdraw $100 to play blackjack?
Did you win?
You played some blackjack and you didn't tell us?
It did not go well. I was fuming.
Oh,
Fuming.
man. Oh, man.
4 straight 20s and I didn't win a single hand.
Oh, my God. Are you
Wait,
serious? What?
I was.
Did you say 4 straight 20s?
4 straight 20s. 2 losses and 2 pushes.
Hey.
Last hand. 5 showing. I get a 9. I don't even have chips to double. So I said, hit me. Get my 10. Great. And then
6
5, 10. Go home. Go home.
Damn.
Oh, man.
So if I can have those $2 to apply to my $11.99 ATM fee, that would be great.
That's funny.
Shahid, you got another 2 in you? You got
No, Shahid, I'm just joking.
No. I was soliciting a super chat. Just
GM Ben just hoards all the super chats.
Yeah, all super chats go to GM Ben. I mean, let's be clear.
It would be hilarious though if GM Ben put $2 in the super chat right now just for you, for your
I mean, GM Ben said he's sending us home on a bus tomorrow.
Too late, my guy. We're already here. But you guys excited? Oh, look at that. Shout out to Shahid. $2 super chat.
No. I'm giving him back, too.
Are paid.
How do I super chat him back?
You don't know how to do that. Don't worry about it.
I barely know how to log on.
Exactly. You don't even have to worry about it.
Are you even logged in on YouTube right now, or are you just watching as like a?
I'm just watching.
Oh, okay.
I've never logged on to
There you
YouTube
go.
ever.
Don't
know how.
Shahid with the $2 super chat.
Shahid, that's too much, man. Seriously, that was just me whining for just for storytelling.
He says we're paying Stein's ATM fees.
If someone wants to reimburse me for what I've lost at the blackjack table so far,
not enough
just
money
DM me
in
and I'll
this
let you
super
know.
chat or in the world to deal with what you've been going on around
I will
here.
let you know how much I've given to the Westgate on this
In fact, we
trip.
should do a video of you, having a confessional about what's been happening to you at the blackjack table.
Oh, a lot of bad luck.
Yeah, like
I've been victimized.
And I don't take it well. I have to say, I don't take it well.
It sounded like it just now. Yeah.
I take it well. I took it well this time because last time we were here, I had a pretty good time, and so I'm still up despite the misfortune I've encountered here. I think the worst part is that I'm starting every hand with 12 and 13 every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, just please, like as a joke, I'll take some 8s. I'll split 8s. Just like give
Aces
me
and eights?
give me something to do, man.
Speaking of another wrestling faction.
Now, last night I did.
Shout out to Aces and Eights, AJ
I took
Styles.
about $40, and that I just wanted to kill 5-10 minutes after we left. I just wanted to have a little dessert before bed. That $40 ended up lasting me like an hour, which is fantastic.
wow.
But I was dealt aces, and I didn't have enough to double down because I was trying to lose so I could just go to sleep. And the guy next to me doubled down for me, and I ended up winning the hand, and I gave him both his money back and the winnings. So that was really nice. He appreciated that.
Well, it's time for us to get out of here. We appreciate you joining us here on
Should
the
we
DL.
tell more
No,
blackjack stories?
No, it's time to go.
Not today. I'm just saying in general.
I gotta land the plane.
Well,
you
we
can
got-
talk
we got
about
more-
it.
we got a
can
pregame
talk-
show tomorrow.
Yeah, we got more tomorrow. We're gonna talk more tomorrow.
Well, KG and I'll be working we'll be working the arena floor. We'll see who I want to talk to tomorrow that KG, preempts me from speaking to.
Will we have a pregame show tomorrow? I have no
Appreciate
idea.
our guy Tanner making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. Shout out to Ron Knows Sports, our Mavericks beat writer.
Go follow him on Twitter. He'll be back with us
at
soon.
Ron Knows Sports. Oh, $4.99 super chat at the buzzer as we're in overtime here on the DLLS Mavs podcast.
Thank you, Ozzy.
Shout out to Ozzy with the $4.99 super chat. Bobby J and Mark, take this to the penny slots, please.
Circus.
Only the Westgate. Only the Westgate.
I think that's the first time.
Thank you, though, Ozzy.
We've gone into overtime in quite some time. So shout out to Ozzy D for having us go into overtime with the $4.99 super chat.
I don't think we're sending this to fast anyway, are we? All right, so we can just keep cooking for the next couple hours.
No,
Mark.
we're about to go. We're about to go. Tanner's like, wrap this up, okay? Let's go. Marc Stein, National NBA Insider Marc Stein, breaking news on the Jason Kidd contract extension. That is our Mavericks analyst, Bobby Corella. My name is Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs.
Big Wednesday to come from Vegas. Mavs at Lakers.
We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.